If you're a brand owner or marketing lead who's sitting there wondering why you can't seem to figure out email marketing, and email just doesn't contribute as much to your brand as it does for your competitors, then this video is for you. We'll be going over 3 hidden killers behind why your email marketing just seems to be flopping. These are 3 things that are quite overlooked, so if you don't know what's going wrong in your email marketing game, then this video is for you. My name is Sean. I run Chromex Marketing. We're an email marketing firm. We work with and help scale DTC e-commerce brands. We've generated more than $14 million in email marketing revenue, and we handle everything from strategy, copy, design, implementation, reporting, complete full stack A to Z. Let's get into it. 3 email marketing mistakes quietly killing your e-commerce revenue. Before I get into this document, I do want to let you guys know I'll have it in the link in the description. Go ahead and check it out for completely free. Use it however you may. And yeah, let's get into it. The revenue leak most brands never see coming. This is why retention underperforms even when everything seems to be going perfectly in terms of what you're doing. Most brands invest heavily in flows, campaigns, and creative, yet retention revenue quietly underperforms month after month. The culprit is rarely strategy. It's 3 foundational problems operating below the surface: bad deliverability, creative fatigue, and weak list acquisition. And the cost of not fixing these 3, your inaction, is very compounding. Each mistake amplifies the others. Poor deliverability reduces engagement. Low engagement worsens sender reputation. Weak pop-ups starve the entire ecosystem of qualified leads. The result is a retention engine that quietly bleeds revenue even when campaigns look fine on the surface. And brands doing serious revenue numbers can't afford to ignore these. The compounding cost of inaction grows every single month. All right, let's get into it further. Mistake number 1, bad deliverability. Your best emails are invisible and your dashboard will never tell you. The core problem is that brands obsess over strategy, flows, all that, but none of it matters if emails are landing in spam or promotions. Your sending platform like OmniSend or Klaviyo shows you that the email has been delivered, and you sit there wondering why things aren't working. My emails have been delivered, so what's the problem, etc. But the problem is that they weren't really delivered, because the place inside the inbox where they went to is a place that never sees the light of the day. Spam and promotions tab is absolute darkness. When your emails go to the spam folder, emails are never seen, engagement craters, revenue disappears silently with zero visibility into the cause. When it goes into promotions tab, open rates drop 30 to 60% as compared to the primary inbox, and most subscribers never scroll there. It's a feedback loop that feeds itself. Low engagement leads to inbox providers downgrading your sender reputation. Fewer emails reach inbox in your next send. Engagement drops even further, and your revenue decline accelerates even faster. The average open rates in e-commerce for spam folder, it's 4%, promotions tab 18, primary inbox 42, but I do have a general rule of thumb. Go to your campaign section. If your last campaign had an open rate of less than, I'd say 20%, then you're most likely landing in spam. If it had an open rate of 20 to, I'd say 35%, then you're most likely landing in promotions tab. If you're getting open rates of more than 40%, then you're for sure landing in the primary inbox. Here's how you fix your deliverability, right? Action plan. First, you need to segment ruthlessly. Send only to subscribers who opened or clicked in the last 30 to 90 days. Suppress all others immediately. Rebuild gradually. Start with your most engaged 10 to 20% of the list. Consistent high engagement trains inbox providers to trust the domain. And third, sunset inactives. This also helps you save on your billing. Remove or suppress subscribers with 0 engagement in 180 plus days. A smaller engaged list always outperforms a bloated, disengaged one. It doesn't always have to be 180 plus. If your brand is a bit more higher in AOV, then it can be a bit higher this duration, but it's up to you. Do make sure to have a sunset flow live and sunset inactives manually whenever you need to. And lastly, make sure your technical hygiene is on point. Configure your SPF, your DKIM, your DMARC, all those within your domain setup. Make sure they're on point. Now, the most asked question that I get by brands is brands ask me, how do I know which of my engaged 30 days, engaged 60 days, and engaged 90 days segments to send my campaigns to? The answer is, let's say you sent your engaged 30-day segment today and you get open rates that are less than 40%. Therefore, you're gonna have to downgrade and perhaps create, or if you have an engaged 15-day, engaged 20-day, whatever it may be segment, just less than 30 days, make sure and send to that segment instead. If your deliverability is still less than 40%, then you need to keep going smaller and smaller into your engaged segment list until you find a segment where you're getting more than 40%. If it's more than 40%, then you stay there. You keep sending to that segment until your open rates go above 50%. If it goes much higher than 50%, maybe 55, 56, 57, then you know it's time to move up. So let's say you sent to your engaged 15-day segment today, and the open rates were 57%. Now we know to broaden the segment a bit more, and your next send should be towards your engaged 30-day segment or 25-day, whatever. It has to be higher than the 15-day segment. If you're at 40%, keep sending to that segment until you you can send to broader segments and it's more than 50-55%. If it's less than 40%, you need to downgrade and send to smaller segments until you get to 40%. Brands that segment to active subscribers and systematically build sender reputation see open rates recover from sub 20% to 40% plus within 60 to 90 days. Inbox providers reclassify the domain as engagement climbs, primary placement returns, and revenue scales proportionally. Mistake number 2, overusing templated HTML email. Template fatigue is silently killing engagement even when your offer is strong. The core problem, most brands rely on the same generic HTML templates, header logo, hero image, button, footer, the same old emails that people are so trained to receiving. And when people see it over and over and over, and because they've seen these templated HTML emails over and over for years now, they tune them out. When every email looks the same, the brain stops processing it as content and starts filtering it as noise. Engagement drops even when the offer is strong. The way that these platforms advertise to you is we have a super friendly, easy drag and drop email builder that's actually baiting you in. It's easy, but that's why it doesn't work anymore, because everyone does what is easy. Drag and drop builders prioritize speed over impact. The result is emails that are technically functional but creatively forgettable. HTML emails also have rendering problems, so generic templates break across lots of different devices, etc. On mobile, emails sometimes collapse when you're adding product sections, and they just don't look how you want them to be. And lastly, most people these days have dark mode enabled on their phone. HTML emails aren't really optimized for dark mode, especially when you're mixing in design with HTML. You'll see imaging, your brand colors, your brand theme, it's all over the place because of these HTML emails, which invert the color inside of dark mode. It quite literally damages your brand perception, because templated emails aren't just a design problem, they're a brand equity problem that compounds silently with every single send. How do you fix it? The fix is to make emails that are designed first, right? The new standard: start every campaign in Figma or a design tool, not an email builder, and treat email creative the same way you treat a paid ad or landing page. Every element should earn its place. Subscribers should look forward to opening emails. If the creative isn't good enough to screenshot and share, it's not good enough to send. Design before you build. Visual hierarchy first, strong headlines, single focal images, clear CTAs. Eliminate the clutter within your emails. Make it premium, stuff that really fits in with your brand, stuff that people like receiving. Make it mobile friendly. Also make sure it's dark mode first. Use transparent PNGs, all that. Just make sure it's really friendly for people who are opening on mobile, because that is most people. So for campaigns, you want to make sure your approach is always design first. Brand expression, editorial, creative, zero template reliance, all that. Abandoned carts should have design plus dynamic HTML. So when you're having a dynamic HTML, you're personalizing based on what product each person viewed before they abandoned the website, right? And you want to create emails within Figma or Canva that have that design element, but when it comes to that block with the product section, you want to make sure that that dynamic HTML really has colors that fit in even when it's inverted in dark mode within your overall design. So make a hybrid design that has a bit of both. For welcome flow, always design first. Post-purchase, a bit more hybrid, but a bit less than just having an entire HTML section. Post-purchase, again, hybrid. Win-back flows, again, design first. Other than your abandoned cart and even post-purchase, I'd say is a bit optional. All your emails should be designed first. The payoff is that brands shifting to design first email consistently see higher click rates, lower unsubscribes, and stronger brand recall, all of which feeds directly back into deliverability improvement mentioned previously. So yeah, create design first emails. Make sure your emails are releasing dopamine in people's minds. Make it something valuable, and you'll see how much of a loyal fan base you get and how lucrative that is. Last mistake, low converting pop-ups. The highest leverage tool in retention, yet it's treated like an afterthought. The problem is that pop-ups are treated as an afterthought, set up once, never test it, never optimize it. It's just there. It's just sitting there evergreen. Yet they're the single highest leverage acquisition tool in the entire retention ecosystem. Every qualified subscriber who enters the list is a future retention revenue opportunity. A weak pop-up doesn't just hurt today, it compounds into lost revenue across every future campaign and flow. The math is absolutely brutal. A site converting at 5% pop-up capture rate versus 10% means double the list growth from the same traffic with zero additional ad spend. Yet people don't spend their time testing and even increasing their pop-up conversion rates by 1, 2, 3%. Even that's a ginormous boost, yet it's so overlooked. Most e-commerce traffic these days are mobile, so make sure your pop-up is mobile first. Most pop-ups are designed for desktop and deliver a broken experience on mobile, killing conversion rates before it even starts. A served list also means fewer profiles and flows, lower campaign revenue, and a retention strategy that can never reach its ceiling no matter how good the emails are. We have a table here of a pop-up converting at, let's say, 3%, 5%, 8%, 10%. As you can see, monthly new subscribers for 3%, let's say, is 300, 5% be 500, 8% 800, and then 10% will be 1,000, right? You can see at the end of the year, the pop-up at 3% has 3.6k new leads for you to market to, whereas the pop-up pop-up at just 10%, 7% increase, has 12,000. Quite literally 4 times as many profiles for you to be sending your marketing messaging to. So let's say your overall email marketing revenue was 20,000 at this 3% pop-up. When you have a pop-up at 10%, 20 into 4, you're literally bringing in 80,000 in email marketing revenue, a plus 60,000 increase from just increasing your pop-up conversion rates. The math on this is absolutely brutal, yet most people don't really look into it as much as they should. Here's the pop-up fix. Treat it like a revenue system. The testing framework. Never let a pop-up run untested for more than 30 days. Test one variable at a time. Headline, offer, creative, timing, trigger, button copy, whatever it may be. Small copy changes on the headline alone can improve conversion rates by 2-4 percentage points, and that's really even still dumbing it down. We've seen tiny little tests like color. Small little colors increase pop-up conversion rates by 1-3% often. Headline testing. Test benefit-led, curiosity-led, offer-led. The headline is the highest leverage element on the entire form. Try different offers as well. Test free shipping, early access, etc., etc. If you're a high AOV brand, then you want to be essentially testing a lot more interesting stuff. For example, adding whole number dollar-based discounts like $100 or $50 when your AOV is already pretty high is much better than offering a 5%, 4% discount. Test your triggers as well. Exit intent, scroll depth, time on page. Triggers perform differently by traffic source and device, so test each independently. And lastly, make sure your pop-up, this is super important, is mobile first. Build mobile first. Make sure it has fast loading time and it's thumb friendly. A better pop-up leads to more qualified subscribers, more profiles and flows, higher campaign revenue, stronger retention system, and more revenue per send. It's all a ginormous ecosystem that feeds each other. So yeah, definitely focus on each of these and you'll see your entire email marketing game being better and better. Let's get into how this is an ecosystem. They all work congruently with each other. Better pop-up leads to more qualified subscribers, more profiles enter your flows, therefore you have higher campaign revenue as well, and you have a stronger retention ecosystem overall. The pop-up is the top of the top funnel for everything that follows. Every improvement compounds across every campaign, every flow, and every future sent. There is no ceiling on a retention strategy fed by a high-performing acquisition system. And last little tip, make sure to reduce friction. SMS opt-in should always be a second step, never a barrier to entry. Make sure your pop-up form doesn't have email and SMS all together in the first step because that creates a lot of friction. So yeah, fix these three, your deliverability, your creatives, and your pop-up, and you'll see how you're building an unfair retention advantage. Winning retention isn't just about sending more emails, it's about landing in the inbox, creating emails people actually engage with, and maximizing every visitor entering the ecosystem. The brands that solve these three problems build a structural competitive advantage that compounds over time, while competitors bleed revenue through the same leaks month after month. And of course, by this point, you can probably tell all these three feed into each other, and the lack thereof, your inactivity when handling either one of these, also feeds into the compounding system. If you're ready to fix your retention revenue, book a free audit with us. We'll identify exactly where your email program is leaking and show you how to fix it. You'll get a full deliverability audit and inbox placement diagnosis, creative review across active campaigns and flows, pop-up conversion benchmarking, and a test roadmap. Clear, prioritized action plans, no fluff whatsoever. Book your free audit, link in the description. This document, once again, is also free. Go ahead and download it, use it however you want. Thank you.